Green tea shows up on nearly every list of fat-burning foods and drinks, usually wrapped in bold promises about melting belly fat and revving up your metabolism overnight. So, let's cut through the noise. Green tea for weight loss can play a small, genuinely real supporting role, but it is nowhere near the metabolism torching miracle the marketing makes it out to be. In this video, we're breaking down what the research actually shows, how it might help, how much to drink, the best way to brew it, and where it realistically fits into a plan that actually works. First, let's get clear on what green tea actually is. It comes from the exact same plant as black tea and oolong, a shrub called Camellia sinensis. The difference is entirely in the processing. Green tea leaves are quickly steamed or pan-fired right after harvesting to stop oxidation, and that preserves way more of the natural compounds. That's exactly why it's interesting for weight management. It keeps a high concentration of plant compounds called catechins, especially one usually shortened to AGG green tea, also naturally contains caffeine, though less than coffee. It's the combination of those catechins and caffeine, not any single magic ingredient, that all the weight loss claims are built around. Now the big question. Does green tea for weight loss actually work? Here's where honesty matters more than the hype on the label. Green tea does have a measurable effect on some of the processes involved in fat loss, but the real-world impact on the scale is small, and it only shows up alongside an actual diet and activity plan. The research is genuinely mixed. Some controlled studies found that green tea or its extracts produced a small amount of weight loss in people who are overweight, while others found essentially no significant difference. Reviews from major health sources are pretty blunt about it. Green tea does not cause significant weight loss in adults with obesity or overweight, and any effect is likely to be very small compared to proven methods like exercise and portion control. A recent meta-analysis echoed this, describing the results across studies as inconsistent. So the fair takeaway is this. Green tea might give you a small nudge, mostly by slightly raising your calorie burn and fat oxidation, but it is a minor helper, not the engine of weight loss. Anyone promising you a flat stomach from a few cups of tea is overselling it. So how does it actually help when it does? The modest benefits come from a few plausible mechanisms, none of them dramatic on their own. First, the caffeine provides a mild, well-documented boost to your metabolic rate and can slightly increase the calories you burn at rest for a few hours. It's the same basic effect coffee has, just gentler because green tea has less caffeine per cup. Second, the catechins, especially IGZ, appear to work together with the caffeine to modestly increase fat oxidation, meaning your body burns a slightly higher proportion of fat for fuel. Some research suggests this effect is a little stronger during exercise, which is part of why green tea is often taken before a workout. Third, and this is the underrated one, green tea is a nearly calorie-free, flavorful drink. If a warm, satisfying cup of green tea replaces a sugary soda, a sweetened latte, or a fruit juice, you've just cut real calories from your day without feeling deprived. This displacement effect is unglamorous, but it's often the most practically useful thing green tea does for weight loss. And finally, the small ritual of brewing and slowly drinking a hot cup can be a mindful pause that helps some people avoid mindless snacking between meals. Let's talk numbers. How much green tea should you actually drink? The amount used in most research showing any effect works out to roughly 2 to 3 cups of brewed green tea per day. That delivers somewhere around 240 to 480 milligrams of catechins, which is the range where studies tend to see those small metabolic effects. More is not better here. Drinking large amounts doesn't accelerate weight loss, and it dramatically raises your total caffeine intake, which can cause jitteriness, anxiety, a racing heart, and disrupted sleep. If you're sensitive to caffeine, even 3 cups spread through the day may be too much, and switching to a decaffeinated green tea, which still contains catechins, is a totally reasonable option. Now, here's something most people get wrong. How you brew your green tea genuinely affects both the taste and how much of the good stuff ends up in your cup. The number one mistake is water that's too hot. Green tea is delicate, and water at a full rolling boil scorches the leaves, giving you a bitter, astringent cup. Aim for water around 160 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly boiling water left to cool for a minute or two. Steep for 2 to 3 minutes. Too long pulls out excess tannins and makes it harsh. Too short and you leave flavor and catechins behind. And please, skip the sugar. Adding sugar, honey, or sweetened syrups undoes the whole point if weight loss is your goal, because it adds back the exact calories you're trying to avoid. If plain green tea tastes too bitter, a squeeze of lemon brightens it up, and lemon may even help your body absorb the catechins better. Now, let's talk about something important for your safety. Brewed green tea and green tea extract pills are not the same thing, and the pills carry real risks the cup does not. Green tea extract capsules deliver a much larger, concentrated dose of catechins than you'd ever get from drinking tea. In rare but documented cases, high-dose green tea extract supplements have been linked to liver damage, which is why several health agencies have flagged concerns about them. The dose in a few cups of brewed tea has an excellent safety record. The megadoses in some fat burner pills do not. And here's the kicker. The research suggesting any weight loss benefit was mostly done using brewed tea or moderate extract doses. So you gain essentially nothing by jumping to high-dose pills while taking on a genuine, if small, health risk. The brewed cup is both the safer and the better supported choice. A few more safety points worth knowing. Mind your total caffeine, especially if you're already drinking coffee or energy drinks on top of your tea. Be careful on a completely empty stomach, since green tea can cause nausea in some people due to the tannins, so have it with or shortly after a meal if that's you. Green tea can also interact with certain medications, including some blood thinners, and it can reduce the absorption of iron from plant foods. So, if you have low iron, don't drink it right alongside your meals. If you take regular medication, it's worth a quick check with your doctor. So, where does green tea actually fit in a weight loss plan? Here's the honest framing that will keep your expectations realistic. Green tea for weight loss is, at absolute best, a small supporting player. It's a helpful habit, not a strategy. The things that actually drive weight loss are the same unglamorous fundamentals every time. A modest calorie deficit, enough protein, plenty of vegetables and fiber, regular movement, decent sleep, and managing stress. If those foundations aren't in place, no amount of green tea will produce a visible change. But if your foundations are solid and you enjoy it, a few daily cups of green tea are a genuinely reasonable, nearly free, and healthy addition. It might give you a small metabolic nudge. It replaces worse drinks, and the ritual can support mindful eating. Just treat it as one small habit among many, not the centerpiece of your plan. Let's quickly cover the common mistakes. The biggest one by far is expecting dramatic results and quitting in frustration when the scale barely moves, because the honest effect was always going to be small. A close second is loading the tea up with sugar or honey, which cancels out the whole point. A third is jumping to high-dose extract pills, chasing a stronger effect, which trades a tiny benefit for a real, if rare, liver risk. A fourth is drinking so much that the caffeine wrecks your sleep, not realizing that poor sleep itself works against weight loss. And a fifth is treating the tea as permission to ignore the fundamentals, as if a few cups cancel out a day of poor eating. They do not. So here's your simple, safe daily routine. Drink 2 to 3 cups of green tea per day, brewed with hot, not boiling water for 2 to 3 minutes with no added sugar. Have 1 cup between breakfast and lunch, and another before a workout or in the early afternoon, keeping the last cup well before bedtime if caffeine affects your sleep. Pair it with a genuine focus on protein, vegetables, movement, and sleep, and treat the tea as a pleasant, healthy bonus rather than the thing doing the work. That's the entire honest playbook. No fat burner pills, no mega doses, no miracle claims. Just a small, safe, enjoyable habit that might help a little on top of the things that actually matter. Green tea for weight loss is neither a miracle nor a scam. It's a small, plausible helper when used correctly, and never a replacement for the fundamentals that do the real heavy lifting. The full written breakdown, with the exact dosing and brewing guide, is linked down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.